All right, so first of all, I just want to say this movie, right, was it directed by Neil Blomkamp? This
Yeah,
is probably one of the best movies I've seen by him. I might like this better than District 9 a little
I
bit.
like it. We can just go ahead. I already like this better than Chappie and District 9.
Oh, okay.
Elysium is one of the best. It's not my favorite movie. All right. No, no, not anywhere near it, but it is one of my top. If
From
somebody
him,
said, hey,
right?
yeah, oh, it's definitely from him.
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite from him. But I say I like it. Like somebody say, hey, name some movies that's sci-fi futuristic that you would name that you should watch. This would be under Blade Runner.
Oh, that's pretty high up. Explain.
Oh, this one's pretty
Why
high.
why do you like this so much? I like it too.
I just think it has it has that dystopian future deal tale, but now everybody wants to go to this Elysium, okay?
Yep.
Which is actually it's like a Greek, like a heaven where all the gods or the heroes of the war heroes go.
Oh.
That's what it could be. I mean, I might be saying it somewhat wrong, but it's basically kind of like a heaven.
Yeah, but it's your opinion. Yeah, no, I got it.
Yeah, but anyways, there's a lot of ways you can look at it. It could be like what we have going on now in our country. Everybody wants to travel. All these people on Earth, the Earth is broke down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody thinks, oh, we just go here and all our problems will be solved.
Oh, hold on. Let me piggyback on that. I totally agree with you there, and I'm seeing the same thing you did. I want to say Mars is our Elysium in a way because it feels like if you want to go there, right?
Yeah,
Like
there's
it's just in,
the only thing you're gonna find there is death.
yeah, but then like no, let's just say like no. I'm just comparing like not realistically, like the way that
Yeah,
things are right now at this moment. We don't know if it's safe, right? It feels like space
I
travel
already tell you
is
it's
only for
not.
the super rich. And like Elysium,
Yeah,
they basically separate. Like I don't see the gods thing, but I do see what you mean by that, right? It feels like hey, if you want to go up there, you got to be able to afford it. And then
yeah.
everybody down here, hey, tough luck. It's
Well,
kind of like
and I'm not. That's the what makes it good though, because I don't agree with all that stuff. Because you can't just send everybody there. Because
yeah,
let's see if we're to see a sequel to this
Elysium.
movie, okay,
Mm-hmm.
there won't be anything left.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because well, think about it. All those people on Earth. I mean, there's billions of them, and everybody was sick. Everybody had problems, and that's just a big. It's a big space station, but it ain't the size of Earth. They have a lot of stuff, but
Oh
when you
okay.
go into somewhere and you can't have everything. I mean, those people had a lot to give, and they should have gave some. That's the problem.
Yes,
But the
like
problem is you can't
medical bay.
just take everybody. You can't solve everybody's problems. You can't build a utopia because once you distribute all of that, then you have nothing.
So you're trying to say what I'm getting is that you see Elysium is some sort of utopia.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
come
I
on,
see
think
it.
about it.
Like
It is a
Elysium.
utopia because they can heal. In a way, they heal everything. All none of those people have problems really. I mean,
Okay,
if you're to dive deep down into the story
I
and
don't
make
really
some
want
more
to do that.
stories,
Yeah.
yeah, you don't want to on the planet, but see but from what we see and what we're shown, yeah, it's a utopia.
No,
Except for, of course, you do have some evil politicians.
well, that too. But then the thing I see is also very funny to me. I wonder why they keep Elysium so close to the Earth when they could just like just go further away, right?
You can't go too far away.
I mean, like a little bit further away to make it like hard to for them to travel to Elysium
Well,
from
they're
wherever the
actually,
poor
I
people
mean,
have.
apparently with the good technology they have, the spaceships move pretty quick, but they're probably pretty far away. For a station to be that big and to look that small.
Oh, it's just the way
Because I
that
mean,
it's
come
like
on, we could even see the International Space Station from space. You can see the lights blinking on if you know where to look at night.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's nothing really there to block. I mean, in space, things. I mean, the perception, depth perception is going to be different in space because on Earth, you got atmosphere in your way, sometimes making mountains look either closer or farther.
Yeah.
Or the moon. Look how the moon looks really big when it comes over the horizon and it looks tiny again.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
But in space, I mean, it's going to look, this is it. It's way out there. If it ain't lit up, you're not going to see it. There's nothing in I mean, there's no atmosphere in front of it and stuff. So it's pretty far out. You
yeah.
can,
Yes.
and I'm sure, but it's a space station, so it can't go too far out, or it's not a space station anymore. I'm sure
Yeah.
it travels in the Earth's orbit.
So I'm. This is only my second time watching it, right? But the second time around when I watched it, I don't remember just certain things from the first one,
Yeah,
and I
this
like this so much more the second time around.
I think I liked it a little more. Well, I had to pay attention to it more, but I can't say this is my second time seeing it
Oh yeah.
because when I saw it at the, I didn't see it at the theater. I was lucky, wasn't lucky enough to see it at the theater. I could have went, but something happened. Who knows? Anyways, I know when I saw the trailer, plus it's got Matt Damon, so I'm like, all right,
Matt
this is gonna be.
Damon.
I love Matt Damon. All right, I'm a Matt Damon fan.
Who is it?
Well, I don't
I like
know.
Matt
I'm not.
Damon too. I mean, like I don't
Yeah,
hate him. I mean, like he
I
does
mean,
a lot
yeah,
of roles that I
he
enjoy a
does a
lot.
lot of good movies. Okay, he does a lot of good movies, and sometimes he, especially when he pulls out the Boston accent, I'm like, all right, that's cool. But anyhow, anyways, and plus he played Carol Shelby, so he's already
Ah,
awesome.
yes, from
But it,
Ford vs
but
Ferrari.
anyways, I saw the trailer and I thought, man, this is gonna have to be amazing. This is gonna be amazing. I mean, of course, trailers can make. Sometimes you watch these trailer. I'm usually always trailers are amazing. Then you see the movie, it's like,
Yeah, just sell it. Yep.
uh, not what I thought. But anyways, when it came out on Blu-ray, I bought it and then I watched the crap out of it. And then I haven't watched it. I mean, I haven't watched it probably, I don't know how many years it's been since I've seen it again. And
You know
so yeah,
what?
it was good to see it again because I was like, because I did was a little foggy on some parts of it.
Yeah, yeah. Me too. Well, for me, it
So
was foggy a lot because I'm just looking at new Blundcams. So District 9, we saw it together, but that was 2009 though. But he waited 4 years after to do Elysium, and what you told me about when we saw Chappie came after this. He does use the same actor over and over, but from District 9, he played that
yeah,
Kruger guy from this one.
Kruger. It's
Dude,
hard to believe that's the same guy, ain't
it's
it?
hard to believe the same guy because the way that we saw him in District 9 and the way is
Yeah,
like, dude, it's
he's kind of
super
he's just
polar
a little.
opposite.
Yeah, he was just an office worker
And
that
it's
wanted
like,
to do the right thing.
he
This
is
guy,
so good.
this guy is horrible. Yeah, this guy was a good villain. This he made
Oh,
a great villain here because because you have what's her
Jodie
name?
Foster,
Yeah, you have Jodie Foster as the villain,
the
kind of,
villain, yep.
but she thinks she's doing the right thing, but she just is heartless too.
Oh,
But
yeah.
she's a monster too. She is pretty much a
I
monster.
mean,
She
like,
thinks
I
she wants.
understand from where she
I
stands,
see.
right?
I
Yeah.
see her standpoint too.
Yep.
And a lot of people have that standpoint. But the problem is, and she's right in a
Oh, yeah,
way.
yeah.
You can't just let everybody come there, or you're not going to have any of that.
Yep.
I mean, it's good. But the problem is how she accomplishes her stuff. She just kills people. No big deal. I'll just kill this person. Oh, it's like, hey, if you take that information, oh, it'll kill him. Oh well. Oh
So,
well. You see
hey,
these two little rats? Kill them.
from your point, I just want to notice something, right? I realized that, like, I no, they put Los Angeles. I think it's because the way that because Neil Blomkamp wrote and direct his own stuff. He doesn't
Yeah.
base his stories on anything. It's just from whatever is in his head, and it works great. So the way that I saw this is, even though they shot in America, I think he's using the thought process of like
I don't think
where
they
he's
didn't actually
from.
shoot this. This is set in America, but this is not shot in America.
Oh no, it's not shot in America. I'm just saying like
Yeah, I think
because
this is British Columbia and
even
Mexico.
even this LA looks very South African from District
Yeah,
9.
from his
Yeah.
because isn't he from Africa? I think.
Yes, I think it's from South Africa. So he's using a lot of like, the thoughts and the way that he lives through life, right, in this movie. Because like,
Yeah,
dude, you can't put this kind of thing from American thought. And I really like that a lot
I
seeing
think you
this.
could do it in American thought.
Some you can, but then I like some of them you can't. But like,
I mean,
depends
they
on
already
how
had this. They
your
already had this
opinion
movie in
is.
American thought. It was called Blade Runner.
Yes,
So,
but like, it depends on where I'm from, right?
but
I
yeah,
do stand with Jodie Foster if I'm up in Elysium, obviously, right? I don't want any of
yeah.
these people here. But if I'm down
Well,
there, it's
the thing is,
tough.
like I said, they could have shared some. They had enough stuff to share,
Come on.
and eventually, point in this movie, they must have wanted to share at one point in time because remember at the end of the movie, all those big giant EMS spacecraft come down. Why
Oh,
would you need that?
they would
Why
have.
would
Yeah,
you
why
need?
did they have
Yeah,
that ready?
why did you need all that?
So yeah,
I mean,
I
they
thought
had
like,
everything. So
what is that
apparently they were
for?
holding it. They must have thought about helping people disasters and stuff on Earth at one time
They just want to keep
because they
them
had
down.
everything. They just want to keep those people down, and a lot of times they do. But the problem is, like I said, if you elevate everybody, then all that stuff's not worth anything to anybody.
So it's very elite, yeah. The
Yeah.
metals. You know
Well.
what? That is the best invention ever. So like, from all the movies I
Oh
come
yeah.
across, like time travel, whatever
Oh
from Back to the
yeah.
Future, like the flying cars. This is the thing I love the most
Well,
because,
but you need a time machine in order to go travel to get this thing.
well, that's. Do
But
you
you're
think
all
a
right.
medical bay like this would ever exist?
Yeah,
Because
I don't know. I wish it
okay,
did
so
because this is a medical bay like you find in Star Trek, but
okay,
not even that good.
okay, so So what I
Because
saw, right?
otherwise, you have to have a bucket tank where they drown you in it
Okay,
and put you in the water and
so
shock you
Baka
and all
10,
kinds of
we saw that in Star Wars and I saw it in
bucket
Dragon
back or
Ball.
whatever.
But I want to ask you this. So Kruger got his face blown off, right? At
Yeah,
that.
just his face though. Now
But I
remember,
thought
just
like,
his
oh,
face was ripped off.
I thought he died, but then he still have a pulse and everything.
Yeah, I did too
So
originally.
yeah,
We
yeah,
saw it.
originally. But then when his face drew back, I like how there's no recovery time needed. Does that make sense?
Oh
Like to
yeah,
me,
yeah, that makes
medical, like
sense. No, none of them did
no,
because
yeah.
even the girl,
Oh,
that little
okay.
girl had a leukemia. She got killed. The other girl had two broken legs. It must have grown broken. They cured her.
I feel
See,
like
all
there
those
should be
people are healthy.
adjustment time. Yeah, I know, but then I feel like for movie time's sake, like they just cut all that. We don't need to show the recovery time because that movie would be this
Well, why
would
did
take
you
too
need?
long,
Yeah, but
right?
the thing is, why would you need a recovery time on something that would fix you like that? I
Oh,
mean, if it's going to reconstruct you right then you wouldn't need a recovery time. It
yeah.
was all
So
done right there on the table.
man, that's crazy. Like it
Think about
just
it. Think about wars, man. You just take those
oh,
people before if they don't die right then,
they could just
repair them,
come back.
go
Oh,
back and fight again.
I just love that concept so much because like
Oh yeah, it's a great idea.
I had cancer, right? If they have something like that, I would be all for it. Especially
People would never, people would almost never die if you had something like that because you see, you could use it like a spa if it's in your house. See, all these houses had it. All you do is like daily get on it and let check you see if you got some problem with it.
oh, so you say you can't die. I was thinking about that. So even
Oh,
though
you probably could die
some
when
old
you get
age still,
old,
yeah, but
but you got to
oh,
remember,
you
all
won't
right,
die from
and,
diseases.
but you probably won't because okay, this is did it tell the year that this was set in?
2154.
Okay, all right. There's an actor we like. He's the president of Armadine. Remember
Yeah.
William Fletcher?
Yes, William Fletcher. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, don't cough on me. Don't breathe on me.
Yeah.
He's a jerk. But anyways, let me put it this way. All right, his character was born. It shows his records and stuff when they're trying to figure when he's getting captured stuff. Anyways, he's born 1976.
Oh no way! You
Yes,
saw
in
that?
this movie, he's supposed to be born. And a lot of people have it. They wrote it on the internet too. He's born 1976. I mean, in real life, he's not born
Yeah, he's
1976.
older. Yeah, but
Yeah, he's older
this
than us. But in this movie,
1976.
so the thing is, you keep going through these machines and stuff, and you got to see,
Whoa.
so a lot of people have these little new tattoos and stuff on
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
They now have regular tattoos. They're raised indentions on their face, or
yeah.
they have a little thing raised inside their deal. They're putting stuff on their skin or something. But it's probably even something more advanced than we could dream of.
Whoa.
But think of it. If you don't have it, if something could heal you constantly and regenerate your cells, because apparently that's what it does. It uses light and who knows harmonics and all kinds of because people have always thought, oh, if you use certain lights, it can kill cancers inside you. And they have proven that certain types of lights can kill cancers
Yeah.
or regenerate. And plus oxygen, let's say if they give you oxygen therapy, that can rejuvenate your cells and increase their lifetime.
Ooh.
See, there's all kinds of things. This little table is just zapping you with all this stuff. Who knows what it's doing, okay? Because it's beyond anything that we could dream of. Otherwise, we'd have it. But the thing is, if you could do that and do it whenever, like let's say do it monthly, do it daily, it's in your house. You just lay down on it. It is easier than making coffee on a curb.
It is. It only take like a minute or something, like just
Yeah.
minutes before
Yeah.
whatever.
It takes minutes. I mean, come on, it takes longer to make
It's-
coffee.
I just think like things like this, like my kid got a broken bone. Oh, just bring him to the house real quick,
Yeah,
and then
you just
go
lay
right
them
back.
down. See, you're not paying. You're not going to the hospital.
You know what? This is the Dak Prescott dream I always had. Like so.
Okay, I don't.
I hold on.
Okay.
Let me go. We go back. Dak Prescott is the cowboy of the quarterback, right? So what
He has a
happens?
machine in his house.
No. Let me tell you what I'm. Let me explain it first. So
Okay.
I gone to
You kind of almost lost me though when you said he's a football player. So you already kind of ruined the story.
So remember when I had cancer, right? I wasn't diagnosed until February 28th of 2014. But then we found this mask back on January 15th, right? Just a month and a half I found this because you found this and you got to make appointments and things like
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah. It takes a long time.
So it takes a long time. So
yeah,
what I
then
mean
they
by
gotta send it away.
so what I mean by Dak Prescott is that okay, so one game he hurt his hand or something, right? Okay.
Okay.
At that Sunday night. And then he was able to get an x-ray that night, go into surgery the next day, okay? And I like the Monday morning. And I'm like, wow, he must have one of the best insurance whatever ever. But then I understand because the football team pay a lot for him, so they already have the medical staff on hand, right? And I'm like, it took me a month just to do what to confirm.
Yeah,
and then
because he lives in cowboy land.
only
He
not
gets
only that,
immediate.
but I feel like that's the separation from rich and the poor, right? And also in
Yeah,
30 Rock, they make fun of this in one of the episodes when Liz Lemon got the flu. And then Jack was like, "Oh, you want to get the flu shot?" Like, well, we only have limited supply. And it's like, huh, yeah, only for certain people, right? Because for the rich and elite,
yeah. Well,
Medicare is,
I mean,
medical
it's
assistance is
obvious.
available all the
It
time.
depends on what kind of job you have, whether you have better. Yeah, it's either rich or poor. Plus, it's the job you have, whether you have excellent. Because I mean, come on, all the politicians, like the president of the United States, they got the best medical care
Yeah,
ever. They will outlive anybody because they got the best doctor. You're the best doctor in the United States, yeah. Well, you work for us now.
I think the way I like Elysium, I do like the storytelling of the separation of rich and the poor. But the
Yeah,
medical thing is the big deal for me, obviously.
yeah.
And what I like is so I forgot a lot. I mean, I only know Jodie Foster and Matt Damon. That's definitely because they're like American actors, right?
Well, we've seen a lot of actors. Plus, the actor that played the president, he was the
Oh yeah, the Indian guy. Oh,
yeah,
Middle
was he?
Eastern person.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was Indian in this movie for
Yeah.
sure. But we know him from Iron Man.
Oh, you gotta
He's
remind
the
me.
bad guy that tries
Oh
to kill Tony
yes,
Stark. And then,
yes.
of course, he's also in Star Trek,
In the
the reboot.
second one.
He is the captain of the USS Calvin. He's the captain that gets killed
Oh,
by the Romulans.
that's right. Yeah, I just recognized the actor, but the actor I wanted to point out is Spider.
Okay, I don't know
Because
Spider.
so
Who is Spider?
so when
But we do also know there's somebody from Star Wars in here too.
I can't remember.
Yeah, it's the friend of Matt Damon.
Oh, that's right, Diego Luna.
Yeah, Diego
Yes,
Luna. Come
Diego
on, he's got
Luna.
his own series.
And no, I was going to point out the guy who plays
Okay,
Spider, right?
Spider.
Because he looks so familiar with me. For to me, so I was
Okay.
like, I think he's the one who played Pablo Escobar in Narcos, and it was.
Okay.
And
I
I
haven't
like
seen that
Spider's
stuff.
character because he, even though he's a cripple, right? But he's smart. He's the king of the nerds. In the Los Angeles. And then
King of
that's
the
why,
Nerds. He's king of the thugs
yeah.
and everything.
Well, king of the thugs because he know how to work that stuff. He could get people to Elysium if he could, and things like that,
Yeah.
right? So I respected that. And
But he's
then
a smuggler too.
he's a
But he's
smart
also
guy.
but at the end he's a good guy.
Yes, he is
But
because
he
he's
is a
just
bad guy though. He is a bad guy too.
oh, yeah, both. They're like,
Yeah, he's a
but
bad
not
guy.
as bad as Cougar or Jodie
Well,
Foster.
in a way, man, come on. He sent a bunch of people up there and they got killed.
But you know what?
It's not his fault.
no,
I
it's
mean,
no,
he
no. I'm
didn't.
not
He
saying
didn't.
his fault. It's the price you pay for that chance to get well.
Yeah,
I see
yeah,
that as I put that note on here, right? I mean, the intro is pretty intense. It reminds me of what they call illegal immigrants or illegal
oh
aliens.
yeah. It
That's
is. They
exactly
are.
what they're
They are
trying to do.
illegal aliens
Yeah,
because it says they are.
because like, oh yeah, that's the term they put. Yeah, obviously. But
Because
then
remember,
the
even
way
the
I saw
spaceships that
that,
take them back says immigration.
because you said he was a bad guy, right? But then I
No,
don't
he
see it
is
that
kind of
way.
the bad guy. He
But
is
I,
the bad guy though. If you
but
cross him, he'd kill you like you're
but
nobody.
yeah, because they gotta protect what they got going on there. But I don't see him as the bad guy
So he's
because
like Jodie
of that.
Foster.
Oh, he's not even a 1/8 of Jodie Foster.
He's kind of evil.
Not as
Well, he's
evil
supposed
as
to be.
yeah.
He's supposed to be.
But like, I just really like that scene because this movie is only
I
an
think
hour
the
and
thing that
50
changed him.
minutes.
I think he was kind of a bad guy, but what changed him is
But you see, I just see
he
his
saw a
yeah.
good opportunity. And then
Oh, he
when he saw
saw
Matt
the
Damon
yep,
go to and when he saw Matt Damon go to the space station, he's like, I can help this. I could be part of this.
yeah, because that's
This
just
would be better. This is a better deal then.
because
I
then,
mean,
I mean he could
but,
get healed too.
yeah, but the problem is though he also loses all that revenue he could make from sending people there.
Yeah.
Because now everybody's a citizen, so he lost out on that deal. But in the end, he decided to make a sacrifice too.
So here's my first question. I got two this time. So after Matt Damon got hit with the radiation, he had 5 days to live, right?
Yeah.
So when faced with death, how much would you mind those changes? And I'm talking about that robotic gear that they put on him.
Oh,
How
would
much
I mind
would you
that?
mind? Would you mind something like that? Like, is there like a threshold where like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna live for 5 days anyway.
Okay.
Does it
Let me put this. Yeah. Well, if you're gonna live 5 days, man,
does it matter what they put
might as
on you?
well.
Might
I
as
don't give a
well.
crap. Might as well. Crap. Well, see, that's the thing though. The only reason he put up with it though, because he needed that to get to where he wanted to go.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do several different things. You got 5 days. You need to go out party, try to do everything you didn't do, or hey, there's, or is that you're one of those people? It's like, I got the hope I could do, if I can do all this, everything will be fine. If I could just do that. If you're one of those people, then you're going to do stuff like that. I do stuff like that. If somebody goes, oh, I got a chance.
Hmm.
If somebody goes, you don't have a chance, then I'd be like, you're not putting that crap on me. I'm just going to lay here and die. But because remember that dude's like, dude, because is this gonna hurt? Oh yeah, it's gonna
Oh, it's
hurt.
gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt.
It makes me feel
We're
like
about to we're
that
about to cut
scene.
you up.
That scene
Yeah,
looks like, are they making him a Wolverine?
okay.
Because
Well, that scene does. The sad thing is when I see, the only thing I was thinking when they're doing it is like that does not look very clean at all.
it doesn't. Because like,
you
how
know?
can it be?
Those
Like
guys are all those guys are taking a hit off a joint while they're cutting
just,
on him.
just
I'm
like,
like, bring the bones on.
just look at the hospital that they go to. Like, come on.
Yeah,
This.
that's not even us. Yeah, it's
Oh,
like, yeah, you're not going to make it out here. You're going to get an infection and die, just like in the 1800s.
yep. I did like William Fletcher's character when they're trying to hijack, I guess, his brain or his mind, right?
Yeah.
He has zero injuries from the plane crash. I mean, like, it didn't.
Oh, yeah, I
It
remember.
was super rocky.
Well, that was a Bugatti, though. That little spaceship, it was a
Yeah.
Bugatti.
I
I
like
mean,
that they
come
have a
on.
Bugatti spaceship.
Plus, he has two bodyguard robots.
Yeah. Oh, the
Oh,
robots. I did put on the notes that it does look like the one from Chappie.
well, it's the same.
Uh,
It's the same.
the
The
build.
same production. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what I loved. I love those robots because I saw these first. That's why I like Chappie because it's like, hey, those look just like
Oh,
that.
that's right.
But I
Yeah.
love the first because the robots. See, the thing is, the police departments they never deal with humans, so they're inhuman now. They don't care.
Yeah.
Like, and even nowadays
I
they
put
usually
that too.
don't care.
Very by the book.
Because well, yeah, because they're not
They don't have to
humans,
think.
so
Yep.
there's no humans. Because of and they even control you. Because Matt Damon wants to try to explain stuff, or he wants to get kind of mad, like normal humans would get mad.
Oh yeah.
They're like, well, if you get mad, then we automatically add more days to it.
Yep.
So you'll act like you're okay. You either compress it or we'll give you more time because the robots are like it when they go, what's in the bag? Oh, hair products. And then they break his arm, dude.
Oh, I know.
But to see
The-
nobody cares. And then tell him, oh, you better go to parole office. We're going to lock you up again. And he
Yep.
goes to parole office and he's trying to,
And the parole officer's robot, like an AI.
yeah, it's AI. It does not care. He's trying to explain this deal. I don't care. We don't care. We don't care what you did. We're just going to tell you what to do. And you better change your attitude or you're going to give
So
more
I
time.
do like that in a sense where like, hey, you just need to do what you need to do to correct yourself. Like I don't care. Like this joking thing, it doesn't work in this situation at all. I don't care
Yeah.
if you're making harder the
Well,
situation.
does
And we
that
ask
robot-
you to get out the line, you get out the line and you just do as you're told because the officers. Now,
Yeah,
also because they're a robot, right? You can't say they were prejudiced or anything. They just realistically, like they did just pick a random person out of the line, not because you were black, not because you wore
Yeah.
sunglasses.
Well, here's the thing. They didn't pick a random person out of the
because
gang.
they know who.
They have face recognition,
Yeah.
so they already know everybody in the line. That's the problem. They don't know any. That's the thing. But I would be like prejudice because I'm human.
Oh,
You're beating me because I'm human.
I don't
That's
think.
the thing.
Well,
But
the
I wanted
thought is like the robots don't think like
but
that.
I wanted to
Yeah.
kick this out there. Okay, when he goes to the probation officer,
Mhm.
does that remind you of anything?
Like the big boy.
The robot sitting there? No, it's remember all the stuff in Total Recall.
Oh, yeah,
Remember?
the cab driver.
Yeah, the
and
cab
things, yeah.
driver.
Those, I guess, existent robots. Yes,
Yeah.
the parole
The-
officer. Yeah, it
yeah.
does remind. It's just like the half body, right?
Yeah, just a half body, and people have already painted all over him stuff.
that
So yeah,
was pretty good.
It's an interesting movie. And plus, they got the what's it, chemical rail gun. All the military stuff is cool.
Yeah. Well, everything is very futuristic for a movie that looks very poor.
But
because
see,
they show.
but the thing is, you got to think though. United States, we live in the United States. Would we ever get that way? Well, if you let everybody in,
I don't know. It's hard to say, right?
that's what happened there.
I feel like
They did. They did because see, normally you have protection for military people. You have protection for police brutality. They didn't have none of that anymore because
Oh,
the
so
system fell apart.
That's the
Because that's the thing. They let so many people in there, and their system fell apart.
yeah, and I think they spent their best resources in Elysium because that's where the money is. Like why would
Well, that's
you
the
wanna
thing, though.
throw money
Elysium, though, was probably built by a private company, though.
Oh,
It wasn't a national. It was It was his own nation. So it lies out of international borders. So it was probably built by an expensive company. Probably Armadine and 100 other companies built that. Because you got to think Armadon, like that guy said, he built that company himself. He came
Yep.
back to Earth just to fix it, and he was born in 1976. So he would oversaw all that space station being built. Plus, everything said its name on it, and
Yeah.
he is the guy who rewrote the computer. So apparently,
Say he's a
he is the guy.
programmer. Yeah.
He is probably the guy who built Elysium.
I like that he died.
By accident, he accidentally got
Yeah,
shot.
he actually he got shot, but like because he was a jerk. Jodie Foster is a jerk.
Well,
It
that's the
feels like
thing.
all
The
these
neat
rich
thing
people are
about the neat
jerks.
thing is, you think Jodie Foster is this really, really evil person, but then she pulls out even somebody even more evil than her
Yeah, you
because she
thought he
brings that
was
guy.
just like
And she was worried,
handyman.
and she was worried about her. She was worried about the other people, bringing other people to her space station. Instead, she brings the worst person to the space station.
Oh shit.
He decides, well, I'm just going to take over the whole station. I don't care.
Yeah, it was really weird for me to
And
have
he
like
was
a
a horrible person.
mercenary like to
Well,
do
he
that
was, yeah,
too.
he was the worst mercenary too. Because
Because
you know when they read his record out, he murdered people, raped people, and committed several humanitarian violations. He was the worst of the worst. And he's just like, oh yeah, he'll be okay.
you know what's really crazy though? Like him taking over Elysium, it didn't make sense to me because we didn't know enough about his character. Like Matt Damon, Spider, because they
Yeah,
didn't
I didn't
Paul,
really
right?
want to know that
Like
much about his
I
character.
know, but it didn't click for me. Like, why is he suddenly interested? They never
Well,
show
because
any interest, but like it
yeah,
feels
well,
like they just make him do that just for the heck of it. I'm not trying to destroy the movie. It sounds like
yeah.
I am by putting this plot hole, but then you understand
I
why
don't think that's a
William
plot
Fletcher
hole.
did it. Post Jodie Foster did it. I'm only saying plot hole because like they didn't explain like maybe they cut it. Explain like, oh, suddenly this guy
Oh,
want to take Elysium, but then you
well,
understand why
he
Spider and
didn't, but he
whatever.
didn't. He just wanted to get even with her because he was getting tired of boss or being boss around. Because remember, she tells him what to do and then cuts him off. He does all her dirty work. He gets
I
cut
didn't
off.
see that.
And then she hires him back. Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't see that?
No, no, I don't see it that way because he's a mercenary.
Oh,
For me, right,
he
a
was pretty
military
mad.
person takes order from people.
Oh, but he
I see
doesn't.
it that. I know.
He
I
doesn't.
don't.
That's the sad
Yeah,
thing.
that's
Now,
the.
we already know that he doesn't take orders from nobody.
But he takes orders when like
He
how when
didn't
he
take.
was
He
no
didn't take
when he
very
was
good orders.
introduced, but he was doing those things that they asked him to do. That's the thing.
Yeah, and then they cut him off, and he was all upset
Yeah,
about it.
that's why it didn't process well for me suddenly. It's kind of like
Really, he was a psycho.
yeah, just from that though, I
We
still
already know.
it
Oh,
just
come
didn't
on.
sit well with me. I wish there
Oh,
was
it said well
somebody
with
else
me.
that
It made
like,
sense to me.
yeah.
Yeah, it made sense to me. I was like, the
Hey,
guy's a psycho, and
regardless,
then
the movie
he's
was
just
still
like,
great.
I'm just going to ruin all these people because he even tells the lady, he goes, well, since you're not going to be with me, I'm just going to make sure your kid dies.
Yeah,
He was that type of person. It's like, if you do this to me, I'm just going to get even with you. He's always wanted to get even. And then he's like, Jodie Foster's yelling at him. He's like thinking, he's going to have a face blown off, lady.
yeah.
I'm about to stab you to death
When she stabbed
should
her in the
never
neck.
because you should have never brought me to the space station where I could just do
Yeah,
whatever I want.
man.
Because this guy kind of had a god complex. He was better than everyone. Because it even shows him when he's on his balcony before he gets laid off. He just stands up there throwing balls, hitting people. Just does horrible things to people.
So I like the development of Matt Damon's character throughout this movie. Because first of all, he just wanted to save himself, right? Just go to Elysium.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
He
once
was
once he gone through the process
well.
and
He didn't just want to save himself originally. It's him and his friend,
oh
that
yeah,
lady.
yeah, Diego, yeah. But
And
then
I'm sure he thought, oh, I'll go up there and save everybody. But that's what you do when you're a kid.
yeah.
Is when
But
you're a
what
kid, you
I
think
was
you're
trying
going
to
to do
point
everything.
out, I was going to point out because like once he knew that once they get the extract the data out to do everything, he
Yeah.
was going to die from it. I like
Yeah.
that a lot because that was my second question. Would you sacrifice yourself to help all those out there?
If there's no way to survive, yeah.
If no way to survive, yeah, right. But then
Because
you could be,
otherwise your life was just a waste.
but then he was gonna die anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to die anyways,
What if you were not
why
gonna die?
wouldn't you?
What if
If
you
you're
were not going to die?
if you're not going to die,
Yeah, if you're in Matt Damon's position to have all those sick people down there, right? You get healed, especially children and such. If you were
okay.
not going to die, would you have done the
If you're
same?
not going to die,
Yeah.
then why would you? I don't. You're missing a point. I'm missing something there.
Would you still sacrifice yourself to help all those out there?
Oh,
Would
but
you
then you're
make
going to die.
everybody?
But then you're going to die.
No, I'm saying if you're not going to.
If you're not going to die.
Like you can extract the data. Like if you extract the data.
But if you're not going to die, then there might be
Oh, hold
another
on. You know
way
what?
to save
I
all
did.
those
I'm
people.
ahead of myself.
I mean, I'm not going to kill myself.
Oh, okay. What if come down to you just save yourself or save everybody?
Oh, save. Well, if it comes down to save yourself or save everybody, that's a complicated question.
It is, right?
So I don't know. I don't really like humanity all that much.
So regardless of which one, I would still do it because um I want to
Well, it's
say
easy. It's you see, that's the thing, though. I could say that too. Oh, it sounds good. It sounds normal, but when you get down to the point
yeah, when you
to
get
real
to it, right?
life,
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm
I mean,
saying.
when you actually
I
have to
think we
face
talked
down
about that
death,
before. Like
that's the thing. It's
situations.
neither one of us are in that situation where
Yeah.
you actually have to
It's kind
face
of
it
like
down.
it's kind of like
Because
the
you got to think
Facebook
about it.
post.
I would
Like,
like to say, because I have to tell you right now, yeah, I will. All I do it, I sacrifice myself for everybody. But the problem is when you come right down to it
can you?
and you think about it,
Yeah.
yeah, is it really? Because it really is it really worth it? Because here's the problem: if I'm dead, that's it. And maybe I saved everybody. I don't know that I saved everybody. I'm dead. But if I live, I could try to save everybody still.
Oh.
You can't do nothing if you're dead. And a guarantee like that, that's really no guarantee that your death's going to save anybody.
No, like can't like
But
questions can't be
but but
simple anymore.
but the question is simple. Let's put it this way: if you
Okay.
know you're going to die, if you know you're going to die, yeah, I'd save all the people because I'm going to die. If I don't, what a waste in a way,
I also I also wanted to point out, right? I
That
like
means
that
you just wasted it because you don't have that much time and you wanted to live, so you might as well give a gift to somebody else.
I like that they have to pick a white person to play this role, and I don't think that like in my mind somewhere it feels like it's very stereotypical. Like, oh, of course they're gonna pick a white man to sacrifice himself to save humanity, right? They're not gonna pick Idris Elba. They're not gonna pick somebody like me. They're not gonna pick anybody besides like Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Brad Pitt, George Clooney. You know, you see where I'm
No,
going with
actually,
this.
there was only one choice. There was only one choice here. Is Matt Damon. If
But
anybody's
not.
gonna save minorities, it's gonna be Matt Damon. He's
I
done it
just thought,
before.
I just thought like, and then of course like, well, when we do that, right? We have to pick the white people to play the bad guys too, because obviously,
Okay, yeah. If we're gonna go this way,
people
then
who can help them, I could be
if we're gonna whine
minorities,
about
okay?
that, yeah, if we're gonna whine about
But
that,
like, I put like, you know, what's really funny? After I find out it was the guy who played Pablo Escobar, right? I purposely put the tagline for this show is Jason Bourne and Pablo Escobar saves the day.
yeah. But you gotta think, Jason Bourne's sidekick.
Sidekick is what? Oh, it's
What was,
Spider.
no, his sidekick is Antilles, or what was his name? What is his name? From Star Wars, dude.
Oh, you're talking about Diego Luna, but he died
Yes,
early
that's his.
though.
But that is his sidekick until he dies.
But then he
He
died
dies in
early.
everything. He dies. He died in the Star Wars too. So I guess it's okay.
Well, he died in the only stuff that we've seen. Have you seen Diego Luna in anything else? Have you?
No,
You
no,
know,
I've
hey, you
not.
know what's really funny? What if he's in a lot of stuff that we've seen, we just never noticed him until he was in Star
Well,
Wars?
hey, I didn't notice that it was the same guy in Star
But
Wars.
you know what? His what is it? Hold on, I want to make sure I got his what is he? Oh, he's Mexican.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that like, oh, well, he's in Frida. I never seen that one. Open
Yeah.
Range. Have you seen Open Range?
No, I have not.
Oh, well, Kevin Costner and Robert Duvall. Oh, he was in the Terminal.
Wait, wait. Open range?
Yeah, he's in Open Range.
I've seen open range.
I was about to
I
say
sh-
like he's in Open
but I
Range.
can't. I can't hardly remember open range though.
He was in the Terminal with Tom Hanks.
Oh, I saw that.
I did too.
Oh, wait. Is the terminal where Tom Hanks is stuck
Yeah, it's stuck
because
at
his country? Yep, I saw that.
he was in that too.
Okay, well then you just confirmed it. We see him in a lot of stuff, but we didn't know it.
I know.
Well, that's confirmed because he wasn't anybody yet until he got to Star Wars.
That's
Even in this
funny.
movie, he was just the guy gets killed.
Yeah, he's just his friend that gets killed. Wow, I'm
And the
trying.
problem, and here's the thing: here, when this movie come out, who would you have picked other than Matt Damon? I mean, come on, name somebody that would. I mean, other than Denzel Washington, pick somebody that's not white that was a big name actor.
At 2013. Let me see popular movies of
You should have just
2013.
no, it should have just popped up in your head. If you got to
I
look,
can't. I can't
see,
remember who's what popular in 2013. I can't even think of.
but you did throw Brad Pitt and a bunch of
Oh,
other
I just
actors out
named.
there real easily.
Yeah, because those
But you did, but
no,
yeah, I'm
because
just gonna
those
say it.
white people were always popular. Because that's how I'm pointing out. That's
Okay,
how Hollywood is, though. Like,
yeah.
can you
Well,
name me a?
that's
What about you? Name me a movie that starred a minority in 2013.
I don't have any
Exactly.
because I would have picked Matt Damon and not had a problem with it.
I mean,
And I
like,
still don't have a problem with
I
it.
was gonna say, Matthew. I thought you were asking like another actor. That I didn't know you were
No, well,
asking
you're
like
saying
a
if you're
minority.
saying that, I wanted you to throw something out there. No, I'm saying throw out a minority because you were saying they should have had a minority, acting like it should have had a minority. I'm like, well, throw somebody out there that's a big name actor. It's a
Uh,
minority easily because you named a lot of other people off easily.
oh, because I named white people.
Yeah, no, because that's what they got. So that's what they used.
So that just proves my point of what you're trying to say. That like Hollywood only wanna like pick like Caucasians though.
You know, they don't only want to pick that; they want to pick the big name star, and the only big name stars easily named are Caucasian.
Or what I just I know because Hollywood's trying to keep us down.
Oh, okay. See,
That's
that's
what
what
I'm
I'm
trying to
getting at.
say.
Hollywood's always trying to keep people down.
I won't
Well,
say
I'm sorry.
people.
I'm sorry. Randall Park wasn't available yet because he wasn't famous yet.
I should put popular minority actors. I
Girl,
mean,
you should already been able to just name some off the top of your
I
head
just did though.
anyway.
I said Idris Elba earlier.
Oh, okay.
I
All
did say
right.
Aldous
Was he
Iver
famous
Elba.
then? I never heard of him until Thor.
Really? He was
Well,
in
I never. He was in
wasn't
one
he
of the
in
English.
24?
Was he in 20?
He was
Was he famous then?
I mean I saw him in The Office too. Hold on. You only seen him from Thor, really? No, I heard of him before
Well,
Thor.
I never heard of him before Thor. I mean, I knew he was in a TV show called Luther, but that's only because I saw Thor and I looked the guy up.
Ah, hold on. How do I? Why don't they just show me his select filmography? I want his filmography.
But I don't think he was famous
I
yet.
think he yeah. What'd you say? Yeah, in a show before whatever.
Yeah, he's been in TV shows, but he's English, so it's like I'm not like I know all the English folks. So is he really a minority if he's English? it
I thought minorities had to do with race.
is,
Oh,
it
okay.
is, it is.
I thought you
Just see,
confused me
I'm
like a little
seeing
bit.
what you say.
I'm like, oh, okay. Wait, he was in Thor and Ghost Rider.
He was a Ghost Rider? No,
Ghost
I
Rider:
missed.
Spirit of Vengeance.
Was that the second one?
I would say so. Is the
I don't.
second Ghost Rider called Spirit of Vengeance?
I didn't
That's
know. I
how
don't know.
bad this is,
I
man.
really didn't see the second one.
Uh,
I saw the first one, and I didn't. I just didn't make it to the second one.
so I guess Idris Elba, I could say 2013. He was in Pacific Rim, Thor, and Mandela.
Okay. Okay.
So I did say
I
him.
say I didn't see Pacific Rim.
Yeah, I didn't see Pacific Rim either. I still haven't. That's a good
Yeah,
question
but
though.
was he
I'm
a
actually
bigger
sleep
star?
on it.
But he wasn't a bigger star than Matt Damon.
So what you mean is like Matt Damon's always going to be a big star. Like even to today, like you can still say Matt
Yeah,
Damon's a
yeah,
big
he's a
star.
big star. He's a bigger star probably out of all their movies, all of them. Neil Blomkamp's movies, he's the biggest star they've had, other than Jodie Foster.
In a title role, yeah.
Yeah, because it's a big star. And a big star, you always got to have a big star if you want a bigger movie.
Yeah, you want a
Because
bigger movie, you want it to do
because
well.
see, I mean, you
The
gotta think,
marketable, yeah.
because District Nine looks like a big movie, but it wasn't really a big
No,
movie.
because you didn't know any of the actors in it.
Yeah,
Also,
it only got famous because it was a good movie, but
yeah.
it wasn't it wasn't going to be a box office hit. You know, it was going to have people waiting to go see it in line. Elysium, it's
In Elysium, they worked off on District 9's
yeah,
success
but they
to
wanted
build that up, yeah.
and they were like, well, we're going to put this money behind you, and he's like, well, he probably had a list of actors that he wanted, but they're like, dude, you're going to have somebody everybody knows. Everybody knows. We can't afford Tom Cruise, so you better put the next guy down. I mean,
Tom
come on,
Cruise
think
is shooting for the moon.
yeah, well, you got to think though. I mean, that's the thing. If you have a movie and you wanted to sell overseas, you got to have somebody that
That
everybody's
everybody
seen.
knows, yeah.
You can't just put somebody from South Africa and put them in the title role
And
because a lot of countries are not going to see it.
you know what's the weird thing about this movie? I don't know if this is needed, right? So I'm gonna put it out there. So I remember watching like Matt Damon on like a Tonight Show talk, like some of the night talk shows, and he had to get buffed up for this movie, okay? And like,
Yeah,
and I think he was talking to not obviously not Jimmy Kimmel because they have this thing going on. Matt Damon's not in Jimmy Kimmel's show, so it is so funny when Matt Damon gets on there, and I forgot who the host was, and he was like, "Man, you were really buff in this movie. Like, did you work all out?" And Matt Damon's like, "I hated this the whole time because he doesn't like to get get worked up and look all muscular, right? But he said that like, well, my wife loved it a lot, and I had to tell her like, I'm not keeping all of this.
I'm not keeping
As soon as
this.
the shooting is over, this is gone. I thought it was so funny when he said that because like you mentioned
Uh,
like they wanted Matt Damon, but they had to tell Matt Damon like, dude, we need you super buff for this movie. He's like,
yeah.
oh man,
Well, the funny thing is with the shaved hair
yeah.
and the tats, you remind me of another character he played. Remember
Oh, Scotty. Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty?
Scotty
Well, he's
doesn't know.
not Scotty. He wasn't Scotty, but he's saying
Yeah,
the sound
he's the
that he doesn't know.
the
I like
band.
it.
Yeah, the
Yeah, the
Euro trip.
band.
Is it Euro
Yeah,
trip?
Euro
Yeah,
Trip. Yes, he was Euro Trip.
he
Remember that?
does
I
remind
love
me of
that.
that too.
That's like the best deal. Scotty
Cause
doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know.
yeah, Matt Damon doesn't. Yeah, this one and that one is the only one that we've seen him that he has his head shaved.
Yeah, and tats all
Yeah,
over him.
tats all
So
over. Oh, that's
it's
funny.
like, hey,
And I like that. Like I can't. Oh, it was from that movie that I find out that not from this movie, from that talk show. He speaks Spanish fluently. Did you know that?
oh, I didn't know that.
Since he was like a teenager, because he backpacked to Mexico, so he learned
Wow,
yeah, he speaks Spanish fluently. I mean, his wife is from, I think his wife is from Argentina, so he's always speaking Spanish.
his wife's from Argentina.
Yeah, his wife is from Argentina. Matt Damon, yeah, I had to look that up too.
Yeah, I didn't know his wife was from Argentina. I thought she was from New York or something.
Hold on, let me see. Who's he married to? Luciana. Yeah, I think I looked it up earlier.
Oh, okay, well, cool.
Oh, not earlier, but like a few days ago.
Well, I thought he met her because she was a bartender.
Was she a bartender?
I don't know. Maybe I heard somebody else's story. Who knows? Maybe it was a made up story I heard.
She's from Massachusetts.
It's probably so.
Well, but you know what? I could be from Massachusetts, but I'm born Chinese, you know. Matt Damon. Oh, no, I'm looking at him. Oh, I went back by accident. Hold on.
So Ben Affleck and
Ben
him both
Affleck.
speak Spanish.
Oh, yeah, Ben
Affleck
Affleck
speaks
speaks Spanish too.
Yeah,
They also learn when they're teenagers, though, so.
they must have a really good Spanish class.
Oh, no, they went to Mexico. They learn it in the
Okay.
country that they
Okay.
travel through.
All right.
Stupid Matt Damon. Oh, I couldn't find his wife.
Stupid. Stupid.
I was trying to long wiki. I'm still looking on Matt Damon.
Oh, what a hater.
Matt Damon.
What
I
a
do like
hater.
Matt Damon.
I don't know. It's hard to tell. You sound like you like him as much as I like Ryan Reynolds.
Oh no, I like Matt Damon because he was Jason Bourne.
It's Jason Bourne. And he was Carol Shelby. And he was also the talented Mr. Ripley or whatever it is.
I had never seen that.
Oh, that was weird, dude.
Yeah, I never seen that movie. I do like
Well,
Matt Damon, even though when
I'm
they
not.
made fun of
I'm
him, I
not
still like
actually.
it.
I'm not even recommending that movie. I'm not saying it's bad. It just was weird. It was
Does that movie
different.
have Jude Law also?
Yes, I think it had Jude Law in it. I could be wrong. I can't remember who's all in it. They had a Hoffman, Seymour Hoffman. Is that his
Oh,
name?
Philip Seymour Hoffman. Yeah.
Yeah, it had him. I don't remember if it was Jude Law. It had Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah,
Oh, that's
talented
right. The
Mr.
Talent Mr. Ripley. Is it a what is it? It sounds like is it a psychiatric thriller or something?
Well, yeah, I'll go with that. I
Or
don't
what
think
is it?
called, but it was a thriller.
Oh, it was
Oh
a
yeah,
thriller. Okay.
it was. Oh yeah, he's not. He doesn't play a character like he's ever played before.
Hmm.
He's not the good guy, really. He's a psycho.
Hey, so I have a question.
Okay, you
So
have a lot.
from this movie,
Okay.
because until they apprehended Matt Damon's character, they have a no-fly zone, and I'm thinking like, why didn't they just put that in effect all the time, and the only flights are allowed is the ones that Elysium or Jodie Foster put on? That would have been stopped the
Well,
whole thing, because
the problem is,
when they put the no-fly zone, even freeze the
well,
like
she was
Spider's
she,
computer.
but you got to remember she overstepped her bounds when she put the no-fly zone.
I'm trying to. Oh, okay, so you just
Yeah, because she imposed it upon them. She probably
Ah,
can't normally impose it upon them because they got to fly around the Earth and stuff. People probably still do business as usual there, and they fly spaceships to other parts of the Earth. There, they just can't go to
to that
space station.
airspace.
Yeah, they just can't go there. But she decided, oh, we're just over because she always oversteps her bounds because she had somebody from Earth blow up the spaceship to kill those people. She's like, oh, we didn't do it. Somebody on Earth must have killed them. I'm sorry. But that fly zone, she was afraid because the president just didn't find out about it until later on. That he's like, "Oh, you just keep on causing trouble."
Yeah.
But I do like that at the end, when all those guys try to arrest the Spider, and he's like, "Oh, sorry."
Oh man, yeah.
They tell the president's guards, "Put your guns down." He's like, "Arrest this man." If we can't, he's a
It's the
citizen,
sentence of
just like you.
Elysium. I can't do it. And now he's
Yeah.
the new president. I love how this ending turned out, even though Matt Damon dies. I forgot Matt Damon dies in
Well,
this movie.
the thing is, the thing is though, not to ruffle anybody's feathers, but that's kind of like a Jesus thing. Yeah, well, it's not to the point because it doesn't. You don't have to believe in him in order to be
Yeah,
saved, but he does lose his life and saves all those people. And the only reason, I guess, he went to a Catholic school.
yeah. Oh yes, that's right. They went to a Catholic school with the
Well,
nuns.
he didn't really go to a Catholic school. He was in a Catholic orphanage
Yeah, it was an orphanage.
with the nuns. But I mean, that's the only part of it.
Yeah,
But he's like he died and he saved all those people.
I felt like he was the only white boy there too.
He probably was. He's
Because a
probably
lot of
like
people spoke Spanish in that
he
orphanage.
did, and he
Yeah.
had to speak it on and off. He's probably thinking, "Man, this sucks. My parents left me here."
So he's like Tom Brady in a way.
Okay, that's
You're
just
like he
that's
says
just
Jesus. He took
that
all
just
these
ruins
poor
Tom Brady.
minorities.
No,
Well, since the Los Angeles, so he took all these poor Mexicans into the white man's land. Yes. Thank you, Matt Damon. I'm so glad that we only have you as the only white person down here. Everybody else that's
oh
look
my
like
gosh.
you and speak like
So
you
so
are
you
up
don't
there.
like this movie? So is what it sounds like.
No, I love this movie just because the poor and the rich class.
Well, yeah,
All
but
the other
that's
things that I point out were just like a little bonus. Should
yeah.
make light of the subject,
Matt
right? I
Damon
mean,
dies. It makes it's like, oh, this is happy.
because like I always point out from what you always told me, like American audiences like want to see a happy ending, but then it's very few chances that you get a happy ending and where the
Oh,
main character dies too.
yeah.
Yeah, unless like you said, unless it's Jesus.
Well, I don't know. It depends. A lot of times, well, sometimes you don't want to see the hero die either.
That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of times you don't want to see the hero die, but then it fit this narrative
Oh, if it's perfect,
perfectly.
it had to happen this way. I mean,
Yep.
because there's not going to be a sequel. I don't want to see a sequel, and there's no more for the story to go on.
Oh,
This
one and
is the
done,
best.
right? Yeah.
This is the best way to end this story on. Because I mean, he killed the bad guy. He threw the bad guy over the balcony and blew him up too. Because that
That
bad
was
guy was
awesome.
blowing. Because he's always blowing people up. That bad guy blew up all kinds of people. What a jerk!
We need to see the other two movies by Neil Blomkamp, and one of them is Gran Turismo.
Oh, well, of course, I'd like to see that. What's the other one?
It's called Demonic.
Hmm.
It's a science fiction supernatural horror film. Ooh.
It don't sound like that goes together at all. But
It doesn't, but it's also written by. So everything so far that he written except for Gran
well,
Turismo,
how old
he
is this
directed.
movie? Is this like the first movie he's done, or
No, the first movie is District 9,
okay? What's the second?
Elysium. The third one is
Oh,
Chappie, and then Demonic, and then Gran Turismo.
well, then we do need to see Demonic because it might be awesome.
It might be awesome.
So far, everything he's done has been
Yeah,
awesome.
so far everything he's done has been awesome.
But we've only seen 3 movies.
Yeah, he only done 5, but then the
But
last one.
they let him make another movie after Demonic. So that
Yeah.
means that must have been good.
Well, he's just a director though. He didn't write Gran Turismo.
Oh well, that's what I'm saying though. They let him have it now.
Yeah, they do let him have
Usually,
it.
if you don't do good movies, you don't get more movies.
Yeah, you don't get to do anything else.
Oh yeah. By the way, I was just gonna say, check this out.
Oh, hold on, let me see. The art of the film. Wow.
Oh yeah.
When did you
I mean,
get that? Did you get it back then, like when the movie
Oh, I got
came
it
out?
back then. Oh yeah, I got it back. Yeah, a little bit after the movie because I didn't know they existed. But see, it shows you all the robots that they could have designed.
Whoa.
I mean, it's got everything. It's got space stations. The neat thing is, we see like Armadon, Homeland Security, all the brands and stuff.
Yeah.
They have a page in here. I don't know where it's at, but it shows all the brands they made. Here's the
Oh.
weapons. Oh,
I
that's
just
got all the guns they made.
He's married to his wife, right? She's also a screenwriter.
Oh, cool.
She also helped him wrote District 9. I'm gonna see if she wrote yep. District 9 Chappie, but not Elysium. That's pretty cool.
It was awesome.
New Blunt Camp. Whoa. Wow.
Yep. And plus, also why I like this movie, technology. If you show technology,
Oh,
futuristic
technology is really
stuff,
good.
if you show anything that's got spaceships, robots, or any futuristic guns or stuff, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna love it.
One of the other
The
things
movie
I
could
love,
almost suck. If you can make a sucky movie, but if you have an awesomest spaceship I've ever seen, I'm gonna love that movie.
um, the one of the other things I really love is the story about the hippo.
Oh yeah, the hippo. You
Because
ever
like
heard that story?
the way that Matt Damon asked, he all he cared for is like was in for the hippo, or he just wanted a
Uh,
friend. That was
yeah.
really good from the perspective of the little kid.
Yeah, I guess it does show that he just wanted a friend because you got to remember because when he's about to die, he always thinks about his friend. He had that girl was his friend,
Yep.
and he just wanted to go there to help her. Really,
Yeah. Well,
I mean, he
himself
wanted to
first.
go
He didn't
there,
want to
but
die. Who wants to die?
nobody
Hey,
really
what is that
does.
gear that he wears for? What is that for
Oh,
anyway?
the
Yeah,
exoskeleton?
excess. What is that for? It's just to
It
make
just
him.
make you stronger.
Oh,
Yeah,
just
just make you
stronger, right?
stronger. Yeah, I mean, people thought about using exoskeletons. We've seen exoskeletons, aliens.
Yeah,
Remember
that
they
would
use them
remind
to
me of
pick
the
up
aliens. Yep.
stuff. Yeah, basically, people want to do that. It just make you stronger. They've had in books for like soldiers and stuff where to help them walk around and fight and not get tired. Plus, if you let's say you're crippled or something, you
Yeah,
wear
it helps you walk.
exoskeleton to
Yeah.
help you walk. I
Exoskeleton.
wouldn't, but again, you got to think of it. And he's tough. You see, his exoskeleton they pretty much made into him.
Yeah, made interim. It fused to him together.
Kruger's they pretty much just strapped it on, and other than that thing was on the back of his neck, it really wasn't in his body.
No, yeah.
Yeah, so Kruger was actually a wuss. He just acted tough. Well, come on, yeah, think because Kruger had military training and fighting,
Yeah.
and he had an exoskeleton. And of course, Matt Damon's character was just a street boy,
Yep.
with bad hair problems that that,
You know what?
that
I wonder
he
why
got
they
to
had
see.
to shave his head for this movie at all.
Oh, it just looked cool.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure it just looked cool. I mean, plus, I mean, yeah, because you don't want him with all his hair. Because almost everybody else, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it just looked cool. They're
Yeah.
probably like, "Hey, we see all you," but they're probably like, "Hey, man, we saw you in Euro Trip. Do you think you could do that again?" He's like, "Okay,
they,
cool."
they cast him because they saw him in Eurotrip.
Yeah, they cast it because they saw him in
We
Euro
just
Trip.
like that look. We want to bring that look into this movie.
Yeah, they're like, "We want more that dude and not Jason Bourne. We don't want any Jason Bourne." And he's
Yeah.
like, "Okay."
I was gonna say like maybe they make him shave his head so that way the CGI looks easier when they put that exoskeleton around his head
Oh,
instead of
it may
having
have
the
had
head.
something
Yeah.
on. It may have something to
Yeah.
it, but I mean, just he looked a little more buff and tougher with the
I thought he
you
would
know
be way stronger. Like
I don't know. Maybe they were thinking,
when he was beating up one of Kruger's men like he was Batman. I thought like he was
oh yeah,
banging
oh,
like
oh
I thought he
yeah,
was gonna
because he
break his
kicked that
back.
dude. Oh, I like it when he shoots that dude with a chemical release. You can just see that dude all explode in the hallway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I was thinking maybe they were like, hey, we wanted Van Diesel, but he was busy.
Yeah.
So could you shave your head and look like him? And they're like, he's like, okay.
Oh, maybe that's like all look all buff, right? So
Yeah, yeah, they're
I
like,
saw I don't know this meme, right? Like someone took a picture of Vin Diesel in Italy on a yacht, but he looks like have a big old tummy. Have you seen it?
I bet it's fake.
No, it's not. So it's just like
Oh,
Vin
really?
Diesel put his hand on his big old tummy, right? But then they could work out before they do a movie anyway.
Oh,
Kind
yeah,
of like
yeah,
Mike
yeah.
Tyson. But it's so funny.
Like,
This guy put like, oh, look at Vin Diesel shirtless on in Italy on his yacht, and someone respond look like, and you're yachtless and with a shirt. Don't make it sound like he's the loser.
oh, that's
I
awesome.
gotta find that for you. That is so funny. Like, so what?
That
He's
makes makes
fat,
sense.
but then when you
Yeah,
see him in the movie, he's all buff again because they get you
yeah.
work out before you know.
Well, it's like the medical thing. I mean, they got all this extra money and help.
Yep.
I mean, I'd look like that if I had all that. I'm like, sorry, you can't eat that. You can't eat that donut. You can't eat that. You can't drink that milk.
I know I said this many times before from while so my memory is not where it used to be, right? And I blame it on chemotherapy. But this technology of the medical bay is the best technology from everything I seen. Even the DeLorean time machine, everything. If I would pick any technology from all the movies that we started since The Mandalorian, because I told you in The
Yeah,
Mandalorian or the Boba Fett series, I wanted that healing tank too, the Baka
yeah,
thing. And
yeah.
now the medical bay, this is it. I don't care about spaceship. I don't care about phaser guns. Nothing from anything. I just want a medical bay
Okay.
because I'm
Oh,
afraid. Because when I
that
put
makes
that
sense.
question right, would I sacrifice myself to help out those out there? Yes, because I rather survive cancer twice than any of my kids get it. And if the medical bay, they don't have to go through that. I'm all for it. So scientists, get out there, make this medical bay. I know all the doctors will probably kill all of you because this it sounds nice on paper, right? But then come on, realistically, you think they're gonna have that out there for people to use? I
I'm
complained
thinking
about
they
this
would.
since my 20s. We still using fossil fuel in 2024. I've been complaining about this since year 2000, if not earlier. We still using gasoline.
You're gonna have to though,
Don't
because
tell
I
me
don't
that.
see you building a better car.
I don't have the resources.
See,
I
that's
don't
the
have the
thing. See,
knowledge.
that's another thing. That's why I can't think. I think nobody can go to Elysium because see, you got a planet full of people that demand stuff, but
Yep.
they don't make this stuff.
True.
I mean, you got
That's
so
why
many
it's
people.
fantasy.
It's like everybody keeps going like a Elon Musk. They're like, why don't you just fix this planet instead of trying to go to Mars? He would need to go to Mars to learn new technologies to in order to fix this planet. I mean, most of our new
Oh, you said that
technologies,
before. Yes.
it's because most technologies, you know where most of our technologies, great technologies come from? Wars. Nobody wants war. But that's where we get most of our
Because we're in a
medical
hurry, yeah.
technology.
Because we're in
Yes.
a
Because
hurry, trying to beat the other guy. But right
well,
now,
because
it's on a
that's the only
race.
place spending money. Yeah,
Yep.
space race. We got a lot of cool stuff for
From the space race. Yep.
trying to beat Russia to space.
Yep.
So I mean, come on, there's gonna have to be a lot of people die in order to get some.
Yep. And also
So I
get
mean,
something cool and useful.
the thing, and it's got to be, yeah, it's got to have money. Because see, the thing is, everybody wants. Thanks to all these people, like those people in the Elysium, they weren't just given all that.
They had to pay to get up there to get
They
it.
they probably had to work there to get that. And all these other people on Earth are like, hey, we want that. And I'm like, what have y'all done to earn that other than wish upon a star?
So maybe we should watch In Time. Have you
Well, I
seen?
mean, the thing is, it's like America. Everybody wants to come to America, get everything, get stuff. But the problem is, there was a lot of struggle and a lot of fighting and a lot of struggle still to build
To
this.
build what we have today, yeah.
And then a lot of countries have copied it and they've reaped a lot of good rewards.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people go, "Oh, I hate capitalism. I hate capitalism." Well, think about it. Russia didn't have capitalism. The
Oh.
Soviet Union didn't, and China didn't either. And then they suffered until they decided to offer monetary value to anybody that can come up with good ideas or steal ideas. Look at how China has grown after they started offering money to people. They
Right.
have rich people in China now, right?
Yeah.
They
They
got
have a
billionaires in
lot. They have
China.
a lot,
When
yeah.
they didn't have billionaires, they had to start killing people in their own country,
Yep.
starving.
Yep.
When they said, "Hey,
My dad
let's
came
make
from
people,"
that.
yeah, he came from that era. But
Yep.
after they go, "Hey, let's let people be billionaires." As soon as they let people be billionaires, look at the country change. A lot of
Yeah.
countries when they did not let a capitalist system exist, they didn't have nothing. And there's still all these countries that are like, well, why don't all these rich countries get together and help us? I'm like, well, why don't you just let people have money?
Yeah.
For God's sake. I mean, all
Cans.
these other poor nations, yeah, they if they would just get rid of their leadership. I mean, I'm like in those countries, they've got
Ooh.
more people. Those people got more people per capita than they have leadership. You know,
Yep.
they could overthrow their government, but no, they don't want to. They want to leave and come over here and just get what we got. I'm like, well, if you're not going to willing to stay there to fight for it, it's never going to get right. And that's the
Okay.
thing. All these people go to Elysium and they're getting everything. I'm like, so who's going to make the new technology? None of those people they're getting it for free are going to make it.
Yeah.
So it's done.
Hey,
That is in. It
I
is
was
as far as they will go.
before we go. What do you think Matt Damon was he just building robots in that? Because they wanted to meet the quota, right? Like William
Yeah,
Fritz's
they make
character.
robots. They're probably making robots. Who knows what they're making for? I mean, you would think that'd be an end of it. And that machine, I guess, who knows if you really have a machine for it? But I guess when they build the robots, that guy probably thinks this planet's dirty and stuff. So they put it in there to sterilize anything that was on the robots. He
Ah.
got stuck in there, so he got a good dose of cancer. And of course, the robot just throws the pills, drops the pills on him. Here you go. You're going to die in 5 days. Good luck.
That's
That's horrible. You know, that's the
so
thing. You
messed
really
up.
want robots? Well, that's the thing. Do you really want robots? Because AI has a limit.
Well, I said we only want robots for certain tasks, like what I
Yeah.
said about police. Like I would go for
And
that because
plus,
no prejudice.
and here's the funny thing is he builds robots, but they have no robots there building robots.
Yeah, which is weird,
I
right?
mean,
Like,
that is weird, but I guess that you need that for the story. But most likely, robots can stand. If robots can do place work and all that stuff, they can build a robot.
yeah, they can build a robot.
And then they'll have robots like at the end of AI who will uh, touch each other and have cameras on their faces and TV stuff. Because I just want to point out, because when we did AI, we didn't know that those were robots.
We didn't, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't either. They
Oh,
just thought
I'm
it was
thinking they didn't
aliens.
because they
Yeah,
never told it in the story, and you're supposed to know. But it makes sense now,
it
right?
makes sense now.
Because
Yeah.
I thought, well, I just thought that those aliens in the future would integrate with robots, and that's why they could do
Or
all that
maybe
stuff.
just that's how those aliens were. I like that how towards the end of this one we're trying to talk the end of AI.
Yeah, yeah. Oh well, I always have to lead into something else that we've done.
Ah, you're right. But you know what? I guess until then, we'll see everybody on the next one. Thank you for tuning in for this episode of Tensai Reviews. If you like what you heard, give us a thumbs up. Follow us on Spotify and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you on the next one.